Khanada and Ajerss qualified for grand finals in 2 games. In basically 2 games. Okay, 3 games, you may say. But basically 2 games. A back-to-back win. First 2 games, started off strong. They finished the top 5. I'm pretty sure they got second. Polarized and Quanti overtook them, but still, absolutely insane match history. 2 firsts back-to-back. We're watching both of them, especially Khanada's insane clutch that you'll get to see later in this video. So, let's get right into it. Alright. Storm Surge is active. It is now going into the 5th zone of the game. They're really good on Surge, as you can see. You can see both of them actually carrying AUGs. Double keyboard players, double Surge, double the chances. Now, the only reason why some teams may pick an SMG is for close range fights, but it's Khanada and Ajerss. They're insane. They don't need any SMGs. They just need their pumps. That's all it is. Yo, replays. Yo, replay system. Thank you. Okay, so as you can see, they also both have the grappler, both using the grappler at the same time, hooking onto the same exact stuff. So they have the exact same uses for later. As you can see, Ajerss gets caught behind a little bit, but Khanada builds him in. Both of them have really good mats. Both have armored walls. Pretty solid heals. Team actually rebooting down below. I have zero clue what they're doing. As you can see, zone. They're on the most congested side of the zone, as you can see. Every person and their mother is on this side of the zone. And lucky enough for all these players, it pulls all the way back behind them. Now right here, Khanada is just looking for old turps that he could use, old builds that he could just follow straight into zone, because all they have to really do is just white line the zone straight through. They also have the grappler if things get a little iffy. They also keep in mind that zone also goes up, so you have to remember that. Remember your elevation, remember your rotates. There's a lot of things you have to think about while doing an endgame. You have to think of the map. You have to think of how things, whether they're being elevated, whether you're going downhill, whether you're going in a straight line, whether you're in a water zone. You have to think of all that stuff and keep that in mind. So right here, Khanada knows that zone. And we're back, just like nothing happened. So as you can see, going back right into it, Khanada piece, trying to find a refresh. Although they both have pretty good mats, Khanada wants to cap out his mats and guarantee that he has enough mats for these next upcoming rotates and these zones. They still have their grapplers, which will save them plenty of mats, but for this rotate especially, they had to build. It was going up in elevation and they couldn't grapple to a safe spot. Now since they got front of zone earlier, they just sit here, they look for refreshes, and zone pulls in their favor. They look back. They knew a guy was below them. This grappler is very, very risky because if you guys don't know, if you get shot while using this grappler in the air, you will take damage. Looks like they get a double spray onto that team day and cease, but they place an armored wall. Both of them popping their bigs, using all their shield, because I know and they know they need a refresh very, very soon. These grapplers will buy them some time of saving mats, but it won't buy them the whole game to win it. And how do they win it? By being Khanada and Ajerss, finding a refresh. As you can see, grappling some mats from behind. Looks like Ajerss picks up that SMG. I was surprised that Khanada didn't use that SMG. Looks like Khanada still likes the AUG, so he could look at height at the end of the game and try height. They're still on pretty decent mats, but I don't think it's enough mats and enough heals to survive a heal off or anything. Gets a beautiful double pump by both of them, synchronized. Khanada and Ajerss getting the beautiful double pumps on these players. Using their grapplers as well. Sitting on pretty good mats, not enough heavy mats, metal and brick. But they do have a lot of wood. So if they do need a crank to hide at the end, they could do it. Ajerss actually gets pumped for a lot, but they managed to get that finish down below. As you can see, it is a top 5 right now. Also, a thing you have to keep in mind is how many players are alive. Whether it's a 2v2v1 or whether it's a 2v1v1v1. Like, you have to keep those things in mind. Right now, it is a 2v1v1. And Khanada and Ajerss know that. And that's why, as you can see, they go more aggressive. Ajerss still not finding the white heals. But getting that siphon finish onto Koopa. Very important siphon for the heal off especially. You can see Khanada sneaking around, trying to get some shots onto height. Playing all these old builds, previous builds. As you can see, he runs out of mats. Both of them on dead 0 mats. Khanada gets pumped, but Ajerss gets the finish. And that is how they did their first win of the first game. Absolutely flawless. And on to the second. Right, heading into game 2. Again, they get another win with 9 eliminations. And already fighting this team on low ground. Starting the 6th zone. Getting the good refreshes. Great math refreshes. Capping out brick and metal on both of them. And now they just expand. Use extra mats. Chill in the box. They do have the grapplers, so there's no need to rush. You have a grappler, there's no need to rush to your next zone. You could grapple late and get ahead. Which is exactly what they do, saving them a ton of mats. Both of them also had that med miss, which is very, very valuable in these endgames for the heal off. They just have 6 minutes to use between both of them. The mats are still decent. Splitting the minis only 3 each. They still both have that med miss though. Very good armored wall. They know they need to refresh soon for mats and heals. As you can see, Khanada going all the way down to 15 HP. Ajerss right on him. Double med misting, very, very important. Speeds up the process, speeds up everything, but also they do lose out on that healing for the heal off at the end of the game. Ajerss only has 400 wood. I think he dropped some of his last metal to Khanada. As you can see, Khanada taking the low ground. This is a team that you don't want to be low ground with. Khanada and Ajerss, insane box fighting players. Easily gets that finish. Khanada, oh my god, going down to 7 HP again. 2 close calls in this match already. Ajerss splitting the last of the minis. Only 2 minis left for heals. 300 wood. 18 builds on Khanada. Looks like they had the low ground, they got front, they stayed ahead. And now this is the importance of staying ahead. You could look back and get your max refreshes. Get some chugs Gets the minis. Upgrades loot. Sees a guy below. Khanada goes for the pump. Definitely gets that kill. There it is. Gets some mats from that. Now on 50 builds. 200 metal as well. It is a 2v2 and they know that. They also know they have to keep the pressure because they don't have the white heals to do the heal off. The fact that high ground is playing like this, they know that high ground has the heal off, has the chugs, has any floppers, has the med mist to do the heal off. So this is where they both go aggressive. Ajerss getting pumped down though. Khanada with a nice box. Gets that big pump on Cooper. Goes for a drop down. Gets Cooper with the one pump. The 100+ damage from Khanada. Shows why he's qualified. For 15 of the FNCS, hasn't missed a single one. Goes down to 16 health. 0 mats. 6 minis to spill, but zone is closing. He can't stand still for even a second. He is 2 ticks from zone. Uses the mantling feature. Gaining a little elevation. Getting some builds from this tree. All he has to do now is hope that this top player doesn't have any mats. He goes for the drop down and he gets the one pump. And this is why Khanada is a 15-time FNCS Grand Finalist.